Last week, while you were watching this video, I was at the Sea Otter Classic. I wanted to try and capture whatever the most interesting e-bike related products were. I got enough interviews from that one-day visit that it's gonna take several videos to get all of them out. And the first one is something super cool. It's an adaptive trike from a company called Bowhead. Let's check it out.
Kind of like my hips to push against and like help lean. But then for our adaptive riders, we've got like the kiteboarding harness that secures you in.
That's cool.
Anywhere. But yeah, it's so much fun. It's
leaning into the turns, I bet it's awesome.
Crazy downhill mountain bike. Right here.
It's way overkill. That's what our trike customers need.
Overkill, but you're not gonna get anything better. No such thing as overkill. We have fun. Exactly.
Check out that fender.
So much fun. We've got like 7 inches of rear suspension travel and then 3.5 up front.
That's a lot of travel. You could just, can you imagine bombing down the hill by the shop on this? That's crazy. And with that much power, you'd be going just as fast back up.
I never felt the progression of
just
technology,
standard pedal bike up to what we have now.
Yeah, because it's nuts. You just feel. I remember like the first week cranking it, and like having moments where I was like, "Is it on?" And then you turn it off, and you're like, "Oh my god, it was so on."
Oh man.
Yeah, you're just like, I think I'm just that strong now. So,
I'm Kyle. What's your name?
Christian.
Christian.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, so you started the company.
I did. Yep.
Quite some. Okay.
Yep.
That's all the information I got so far.
There you go.
About you. So.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, feel free to show me whatever you want to show me or tell me about what you got here.
Yeah, so way back when the company started, so I've been in a wheelchair for 25 years.
Okay.
And I loved the mountains and I loved mountain biking and I just wanted to get back to that. And the way, luckily, the way to do that turned into an e-bike. So there's a few important features about all the bikes. One was electric and battery it gave the power that I never had with my arms to go explore those places. But the bigger thing is that on a bike, doesn't matter about side slopes or bumps or things like that.
Yeah.
So the crux of what we do that's unique is,
oh yeah, that's awesome.
Is the front of the bike articulates. And
that's really cool.
You can imagine if the wheels would be here and you can see on the other ones, but if there's like a big rock, like a 10-inch rock here, then this wheel goes over and you stay level. But then also part and parcel to that, which wasn't really, the design was just to crawl over rocks or to traverse a side slope and stay level.
Okay.
But then a byproduct of that is that like going downhill, you can lean like 30 degrees to the side and carve corners. So the progression of what's rideable, I'm old and I never jumped and things like that. And so when younger guys started buying the bikes, they're like, does it jump? And I'm like,
I don't know.
I'm like, I don't think it does. And then lo and behold, they full runs down A-line and banana peel at Trestle Bike Park, which is huge, 15-foot drops. It's crazy.
Oh, wow.
But so the Reach, our all electric model, sort of satisfied that. And then there is the other side, just like biking, where you've got more cardio people that aren't looking to bomb down hills. And so then what I'm building up here, and we've got one over there, is a crank bike. So it's more like a traditional hand cycle in how you propel it forward, but
But the motor kicks in when you're working.
Yeah, and because of sort of our pedigree of making a really good product in the Reach, Bosch was willing to work with us as the only adaptive bike that they've worked with to put their power unit in our bike. And so now, I did a gravel race 2 weeks ago in Fernie, Canada, 60 kilometers, so 40 miles and like 4,000 feet elevation gain.
That's a good climb.
And I was with like people I shouldn't have been with, like super fit, like cyclists. But I was giving it everything I had, but I was able to play in that range, which I wouldn't have been able to before.
Yeah, well, that's
so
awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
it's really well made and put together.
Thank you. Yeah,
all the machining work and everything is like, it's really clean.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, but it works. It's been like a 20-year labor of love, and then it's well beyond me now. Now there's an awesome team and a bunch of engineers, and we put our hearts and souls into it.
So you go anything from like the Bosch setup up to like how much power do you go to? I heard what it was on this.
Yeah, well, so that one's, so we do 4,000 watt motors, and it's not necessarily for speed. It's for an adaptive rider, you've got that extra factor, like if you go down a hill and then you can't bog down to get back up, like you can't stall out, you can't burn out because you can't get up and push it. So a lot of the power of that motor, the decision behind that amount of power is more for reliability and torque than it is for speed.
Right.
Yeah, we govern them down to the legal limits, like 22 mile an hour. And they have the potential to go way faster.
Sure.
But if you want to go fast, you go downhill.
Which it looks like they would be just
let the brakes
ton of fun
go.
with the way that suspension and everything is articulating there.
Yeah, you really have to see it to believe it. Like you've got to go to Instagram.
I think I've seen
Bowhead
some videos of your stuff before, just never seen it in person. So.
Yeah. So it's we're really excited about the hand cycle, like the crank side of it, and just that like starting that relationship with Bosch and more like because who knows, it's then you get to piggyback on the evolution that like on all their R&D and stuff. Your bike gets better with them.
Yeah.
As opposed to like us.
You're trying to figure out all on your own all these years.
Yeah.
And now.
Well, and like we have a lot of mechanical things to still make better. So it's nice that someone else just takes care of the power unit and batteries. Yeah.
Yeah. And you just got to figure out how to attach it somewhere.
Totally.
Right?
Yeah. Shoehorn it in.
Okay.
To a bike.
So here I'm gonna.
Yeah. So it's under. So on the. I could show you on the other one, but it's pretty unique because we've got like our cranks live up here, and we have a loop of chain that comes down to here, and that loop of your cranks is where you steer. So that loop twists.
Oh, okay.
And then you've got, from that loop, it runs from up here back towards the Bosch, and it also has to twist.
Oh,
So we run the chain into where the cranks would be. So it thinks that it's your leg cranking, and then we do a traditional drive out of the Bosch to the rear wheel.
To the rear wheel. Yeah, you really had to put in a lot of extra work to make that all work.
And a lot of testing because for the same reason I described on the other bike, because you can't get off and push it. Like we can't have chain derailments, we can't have...
No, you want it to be super
breaking.
Reliable.
Yeah, it's got to be bomber.
Yeah, just bulletproof.
Yeah. So and it has been like I did that Fernie gravel grind was a brutal day of rain and mud and filth, and there were guys pulled over on the side with mechanicals, and
you're still going.
I suffered personally, but the bike did well.
That means you had fun, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Cool, awesome. Well, thank you very much for showing us, kind of explaining the ins and outs of it.
Well, thanks for being interested. It's nice, even like our customers, to see so often in adaptive things, you're segregated in like your equipment versus others' equipment. And this has been really nice because like how accepted we've been from the mountain bike community or the gravel bike community. It's like customers that were removed from that part of their life now get to
Yeah,
They're like, yeah, I got an awesome bike. And you're like, yeah, let's see your awesome bike.
Now, e-bikes are great at getting all sorts of people out riding again. If you know anybody who could use an adaptive trike with this sort of ability, make sure to send them over to the guys at Bowhead. They're making a really awesome product. The quality is top notch. I can't wait to show you what else I've got from the Sea Otter Classic. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below and watch another one of my videos right here.